from the very beginning of the world until today, we have never come to a consensus on what is marriage, on whether divorce is allowed, and what kind of relationships we should have. In some religions, they permit polygamy. In some, one man, one wife. Even among some Christians denominations, they permit divorce. The Catholic Church says no divorce, the indissolubility of marriage. And then today we have the challenge of same-sex union. So marriage and family are a very complex issue and extremely sensitive because they're deeply personal as well. One thing is clear. Jesus put this whole issue of divorce into a larger picture. He went back to the very foundation of creation. He went back to divine and moral law. And so Jesus said, at the very beginning, it was not like that. So God intended a marriage to be between a man and woman. That is why God only created male and female, not one sex, not three sexes, male and female. Man and woman in marriage give birth to children, and that forms a family. And in the divine plan of God, there should be stability in every family so that the family becomes truly the bedrock of society. So for Jesus, that is clear. Therefore, divorce is not permitted because it is based on natural law. And same too for same-sex union. But my dear brothers and sisters, we must also recognize, don't ever think that Jesus was not aware of the challenges of marriages and relationships. Divorce is nothing new. Today, more than ever, it is extremely difficult to build marriages, strong marriages, because husband and wife both are working. And they are very much also involved in the world, in entertainment, in their own social life. Temptations are great because of the pressure of work, social life. Often husband and wife have no time for each other, no time for the children. And so very often it results in misunderstanding, suspicion, distancing, and eventually the marriage breaks up. And this is true, again, with the social culture, with the conditioning, with social approval of same-sex relationship. Many couples also, they go for the same sex, and there are some, because of very difficult relationship, they are afraid to enter into, again, that relationship because of abuses. But there are many reasons why people are same-sex attracted. Those people who are divorced, everybody has their reasons. Jesus recognized the human reality. We are all sinners. We are weak. We are fallen creatures. And so while indissolubility of marriage is the ideal, the reality is far from the ideal. All of us, we know that. All those of you who are married can understand, appreciate the challenges of building your relationship with your spouse and with your children. It's extremely daunting. And that is the reason why, while we are clear of the church's stand, and the church maintains that, we cannot change the law. We cannot change divine law. We cannot change the law of nature. That's why the church will still be faithful to the doctrine of marriage between the man and the woman, because it's based on nature, and the indissolubility of marriage based on divine law. But that doesn't mean to say we should be lacking in compassion, because there are many people who are divorced and they're married, and some of them are very happy with the new marriage, in the new families. We can only entrust them to the mercy of God. And this is true even for those in same-sex relationship. As I've said, there are many reasons why people enter into same-sex relationship. Everybody needs to be loved. Everybody is seeking a partner in life. Nobody wants to be lonely. And so, sometimes situations happen. And this is even true for those, whether single or those who are supposedly religious and priests, observe the vow of celibacy and chastity. Again, people fall. It's not to say, therefore, it's a right thing. But what we are saying is that we are fallen creatures. We are sinners. The ideal has to be there. We cannot give up the ideal. Just because the reality has not reached the ideal remains the ideal. The principles cannot be changed. But we can try. And those of us who fail, then we must exercise compassion and understanding, not judging them. So, my dear brothers and sisters, let us entrust our relationships to God. And for those of us who are struggling in a relationship, let us always believe that God is merciful and God wants us to purify our love for our loved ones, for our partners, for our spouse, and most of all, for Him.